Is the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen short in real-time alerts part of a core position you're building against the dollar versus the yen as part of the Q1 dollar topping theme, or is it just a short-term trade?
No, that's a really good question. Thank you for that. That is starting to manifest in my little craw as one of the obviously new positions, or I wouldn't be telling you that I'm bullish on it. But I'm bullish on it because the signal's bullish on it, and the model's also bullish on it. So when you really think about the pivot from quad 4 to quad 3, think about that as dollar topping process. So the dollar can still be bullish. In fact, if the dollar doesn't break U.S. dollar index, intermediate term trend support for that is 94.82, and it went out over 96 this morning. So it's still bullish trend, but bearish trade. Okay, trades are 3 weeks or less. We've started to see the topping process there in the dollar. It's starting to discount again the beginning of the end, but relative to its outperformance, which was awesome last year. But at the same time, you got this damn euro, which is like the real weight of the world when you think about the U.S. dollar index, with the euro being one of the heaviest weights. So my other way to play that on the back door is to buy yens against dollars. Okay, so you got that right. And yen, as you know, can in many times be a place of a flight to safety when the dollar is being debauched. Okay, go back to 2011, for example, and gold wins in that same scenario. So a debauchery of the dollar by the poor people at Davos that are complaining about the poor people, but they're the ones who perpetuate the poor people being poor.
There you go. That's exactly right.
There's a lot of alliteration in there for a guy who was having a couple bevies over the weekend with the hockey parents.
Would you short the dollar versus the CHF at current price levels? I guess Chinese yuan.
Yes, I would, but I mean Swiss. So in the CHF, they're asking. Yeah, so CHF is also now in the daily risk range product. We have a lot of Swiss customers who are asking for that, institutional subscribers. But it's also gone. That's another interesting one. So you have Swiss and yen are bullish versus the dollar trend now. That's new. It wasn't that way for a while. And you got a lot of other currencies like again, the Argentine peso was down another almost 2% last week. The damnedest thing, I'm writing these things down on Sundays and Mondays. Some people do they do the long weekend thing, but I also wrote it down. Argentine peso down 1.9% last week, down almost 50% in the last year. Indian rupee down last week and continues to be bearish trend. So there are a lot of bearish trends versus the dollar, and there are a couple new bullish trends. So that's really exciting for people that want an unexciting portfolio going back to September. So again, you want a low beta portfolio, which also includes a lot of currency exposure. If I could get more of that, that would be great. But currently the only two big ones are Japanese yen and Swiss franc against the dollar. And I could go short the dollar against the euro.